Hey guys, I'm Combat Craig, and today we're going to talk about what to do when the VA combines your disabilities into one rating instead of breaking them out into separate ratings like they should be. You filed your VA claim a year ago, and you know you suffer from PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and migraines, so you've been impatiently waiting for the past year, and you got a decision. And this is it. You get a 70% rating for post-traumatic stress disorder with traumatic brain injury and tension headaches. These are three separate disabilities, and you should have three separate ratings, which would put you into the Hundo Club. Depending on the severity of your traumatic brain injury, you might even get the SMCT kicker. Special monthly compensation T, and that's paid out at $9,535.91 tax-free for every month for the veteran alone. So they're ripping you off big time potentially if you qualify for SMCT. If you have dependents, obviously it would be higher than that. The PTSD rating is fair at 70%, but the VA ripped you off when they combined in your tension headaches instead of giving you an additional 50% rating under diagnostic code 8100. And then we already covered how much they ripped you off potentially by not breaking out and separating out your traumatic brain injury rating. This is a major problem because it means that you are not getting the full benefits that you're entitled to. Each disability is supposed to be rated separately so that the veteran can get the full amount of benefits they are due. By combining all of your disabilities into one rating, the VA has effectively shortchanged you, ripped you off, whatever you want to call it. Here's what happened, and here's how you can fix it. Also, if you're about to file a VA claim for all three of these disabilities, TBI, PTSD, and migraines, you should check out my boot camp before you file your VA claim. I teach you how to avoid issues exactly like this one right here. CombatCraig.com. What you need to do now is to get your doctor to separate these disabilities out so they have a clear diagnosis, symptoms, and a nexus, and how it's service connected on a direct service connection basis or a secondary service connection basis, whatever is easier in the path of least resistance. You're actually going to need to get a couple doctors for this because they're different types of disabilities. A secondary service connection route might be better for you if you've been out for a while. So PTSD, that's obviously going to be a direct service connection. Traumatic brain injury, that's obviously going to be a direct service connection. But, you know, if you've been out for 10 years or in fighting this or just figuring it out, maybe doing migraines secondary to PTSD or secondary to the TBI might make more sense for you. It's all about the strategy. We can look at the Public Use Disability Benefits questionnaire page and see that these three conditions are completely separate, and they even have their own DBQs. PTSD is a mental health issue. You're going to need a board-certified psychologist or a board-certified psychiatrist to fix this one up for you. So you're going to need to get, a shrink to basically give you the diagnosis, symptoms, and a nexus and explain the service connection part. That's what the nexus basically does. So you separate that one out, and now PTSD is a standalone. Tension headaches are actually a neurological condition, and they can be broken out by a regular MD type of doctor. Again, you want to say how they're service connected. Secondary basis might be a good idea if you've been out for a while. Maybe it's a direct service connection, but you want a diagnosis, symptoms could be filled out on the DBQ, and a nexus. That's how you separate this rating out and get the compensation you deserve. You're going to need to see a couple different doctors here that specialize in these three areas. You don't need the best world-renowned specialist, but you need somebody, that's at least a shrink, and that's at least an MD type doctor, and then somebody that deals with TBI that's qualified to make an independent medical opinion. And then they will be able to help you untangle this mess. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website. And in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form. Boom, you're done.